Okay, class, today we will be finishing soon, but before we go, I would like to have an assignment for you. James, what are you doing? Close again.
Sorry.
Good. Okay, from what we learned today about the energy, do you know that energy causes pollution, right? So, is there any solution to these things? What do you think? Okay then, I will give you an assignment. Each of you need to find a solution for this problem. However, Zach, you are my favorite student, so you need to read through all of their solution and make a conclusion to this. Did you got it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. You can go home now.
Goodbye, teacher.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher.
Well, you have done very good at our warm-up quiz today. Okay, very good. Then we will continue to,
Sorry, teacher. I'm late.
as always. Well, no score for warm-up quiz for you then. Okay, now let's continue. So as I have said yesterday, we have an assignment, right?
Yes.
Yes, yesterday we studied about the energy and the pollution. So the assignment is that you need to find the solution through this problem. So let's start. So Sek, can you give us the cause and the background of this question?
Nowadays, more energy is being used, more greenhouse gases are being emitted, more pollution is created. If we continue to use energy wastefully like most people do today, global warming crisis would do severe damage to our world and could be out of control in the upcoming future. Therefore, we need to find solutions to reduce pollution before it's too late.
Okay, my solution is using alternative energy. Alternative energy is any energy source that is an alternative to fossil fuel, which causes lots of pollution. There are many alternative sources such as solar power, biomass, wind, and nuclear. So alternative energy is one of the most effective ways. There are many advantages of using alternative energy. First of all, alternative energy emits low greenhouse gas, including carbon dioxide and other toxic gases that are produced by using fossil fuel. Second advantage of alternative energy is that it doesn't damage natural resources because it uses either waste or renewable material. For example, hydropower, it uses water to generate energy, or biomass energy, which convert waste into energy.
Excuse me, you have to build a dam for generating hydropower, and it destroys the natural resources and surrounding area.
Okay, dam has many long-term benefits such as store water and generating energy, so I think it's worthwhile to build them. Okay. Finally, alternative energy is reliable because there is sunlight or wind, energy will be generated. On the other hand, fossil fuel will run out one day.
I think that the alternatives energy cannot produce energy all time. For example, there is no sunlight all day, or in some areas, there is no wind all the time in each day.
Okay, nowadays this problem is very common, but it has been solved by using battery. Battery that used for store and release energy. Okay.
Well, good job guys, very well done. But I think you guys forget one thing. That is that alternative energy is very expensive compared to what we have today. The cost efficient is low compared to the fossil fuels, so that I think it's not that good idea right now. However, in the future it might be better. Okay, Chiam, can you give example of alternative energy? Is it practical nowadays or that it really exists in our country?
Okay, in Thailand, it's practical. As you see, there are many dams in Thailand. For example, Siligit Dam in Uttaradit or Sheolan Dam in Surat Thani. So I think hydropower is very common in Thailand, but I'm not sure that any other alternative energy is common.
Okay, very good, Tian. Well researched. Okay, Zek, now can you give us the conclusion of this solution?
To summarize, alternative energy is a good resolution for the problem. It doesn't use any natural resources because its starting materials are renewable, and it also creates only little pollution compared to other methods such as fossil fuels. Most importantly, it can be used as a long-term energy source for humanity. However, it may not be available 24/7 and natural sources may be destroyed.
Very good then. Then let's move on to the next solution. James, what is your solution?
Okay. In my opinion, as we know, when we use energy, some more waste are produced. Therefore, it is crucial that more effort is put into reducing our energy consumption. This method solves the problem from its roots. If we don't use any energy, pollution will not be created. Can you give us some example?
For instance, we can reduce the energy use by walking instead of driving a car. We can reduce the large amount of pollution, such as nitrogen oxide, the major cause of lung irritation, carbon monoxide, which blocks oxygen from going to the brain and other vital organs, and other hazardous air pollutants. By reducing the use of energy, we can lessen the release of these harmful.
Then, if I have to go to my faculty from my house, which is about 20 kilometers, and I have to walk on it, oh, do you think it's too easy like that? What about the hot weather in Thailand and how exhausted I am?
Okay, I know, but I think walking is not the only way to reduce the energy. We can use other ways, such as bicycle and public transportation.
Very good, James. But I think Sumo have the right question. Well, will this solution make our life harder than it used to be? Can you give us some explanation?
But I still think if we use this way appropriately, the advantages of reducing energy consumption in order to decrease the pollution is far more important than our convenience.
Very good answer, James. So, I also think like that. Everything is good when we know how to use. Okay, Zek, can you give us the conclusion of this solution?
The solution is to reduce the use of energy. Use little energy, little pollution created. Easy and simple.
Very good, Zek. As I expect from my first student. Okay, let's move on to the next solution. Sumo, your turn.
Nowadays, there are many ways to reduce the pollution that was created during the process of making energy. For example, there are some alternative energy that is an optional way to help reduce the pollution. And the famous method which is reduce energy consumption. But there is another method that can also use. That is clean up the pollution that exposed from the process before it goes to the environment. There are some pros from this method. This solution can be done conveniently. We just install the cleaning machine and use it after the process of making energy. Moreover, cooperation from the citizen, which is often troublesome, is no need, so it can be done easily.
Excuse me, I have a question. Is it practical?
Yes, of course. In some developed countries, they have installed the cleaning up machine in their factory. For example, in the coal power plant, that produce a lot of pollution after they create an energy. So they install this machine to get rid of those pollution before it's exposed to the environment.
Okay, I have a question. When this machine being used, it consume energy and emits pollution. Is it worth enough?
Oh, this is a good question. As you said, it definitely uses the energy. But if you look clearly on it, you will see that the energy used in this machine is much less than when compared to the amount of pollution that you can diminish by using this method.
Well, Sumo, that's a very good idea. Well, from what I have heard from you, the machine that clean up the pollution, I think it sounds too complicated. Do you know why? Because our nature already give us the best machine to solve the pollution. The trees. The trees convert the carbon dioxide into oxygen, right? So if we preserve the tree or maybe we plant more tree, the solution for cleaning up all the pollution is very simple. So, Zach, can you give us the conclusion of this solution?
All in all, the cleaning machine diminishes the pollution directly. Although it costs a lot of money and requires energy to get rid of the pollution, it's still worth to do so.
Okay, very good. From all of you have given the solution. So I will make a conclusion for you all then. Okay, there are three solutions that you all have given to me. The first is the alternative energy. So that to solve the pollution problem, we should find the alternative energy source other than the fossil fuels. So for now, there are some hydro power, the wind power, solar and nuclear, and all the others. The next solution is that to reduce the energy consumption and the energy use. For if we use the less energy, the less pollution is created. Okay then let's move on to the last solution. The solution is that the idea to exterminate the pollution. So there's a many way to exterminate it, such as the machine, or maybe the refinery way to solve the pollution, and also the trees, which is a nature way of doing it. Okay then let's move on to the next stage. So Zach, can you give us the pro and the cons of all the solution, and then we will decide which solution is the best.
TIE's solution is to use alternative energy, which can be used as another source for energy. However, it's not reliable and extremely expensive. James' method is to reduce the use of energy, which is easy and simple, but you need to use it appropriately. And last, Sumo's solution is to use a cleaning machine, which is easy to use, but it's expensive and it's still doubtful. So, in my opinion, I think TM's solution is the best
Why then?
because it's a long-term solution.
So
I think it's the most advantage of all
why?
because we can use it forever.
Why? Well, just kidding. Okay, now very good class. So we are finishing today. Don't forget to go to Cooley to do the passport. And also next week we'll have a warm-up quiz. Don't forget to do it. Goodbye class. See you.